We're top of the league. We're top of the league. Liverpool Football Club. We're top of the league. What's going on, Liverpool fans? It's your main man Ahmet back again, and Liverpool are at the top of the league, the Premier League, and we want to stay there until the end. Another great victory over Cardiff City. It was a bit of a, when they got it back to 2-1, I have to admit, I was kind of fearing, past Liverpool's coming back again, and then we concede another last-minute goal. But this time we absolutely blew them away in the final, 5 or 10 minutes, and we ended up winning the game 4-1, as it should have been, because we were well on top. The possession stats and everything else in the game suggested that we were well on top against Cardiff. We should have walloped them, but yeah, this is what can happen in football. You should never take any opponent, lightly, and you should always strive to finish the game, to win the game, because in football anything is possible. A free kick or a deflection or a goal from a corner, anything's possible. If you don't take it seriously and you allow your opponents to get back into the game, then anything can happen. So. Yeah, we ended up winning the game 4-1 to go to the top of the league, and thankfully we did win, because the following day Chelsea won their game, Arsenal got a draw against Palace at Selhurst Park, and they lost points, and now they find themselves 4 points behind Liverpool going into next week's major game at the Emirates between Arsenal and Liverpool. It could be a title decider. It's a bit early to talk about titles and winning the league, but these are major games for Liverpool. If we can clear this hurdle again, if we can get another good result in London, as we have done until now, against the likes of Tottenham and Chelsea, we won against Tottenham at Wembley and we drew against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. If we can get at least a point, or even better, a victory against Arsenal, I'm telling you, this season is made for Liverpool. This Premier League season is made for Liverpool. We always say the same thing every year, Liverpool fans, but this time, I really do feel that it is going to be our year, because you can just tell. You have that feeling, You can tell when things are looking up, and you can tell when it's going your way. It's panning out as you want it to happen. The league, the title race is panning out exactly as Liverpool would have wished, would have hoped, and. Yeah, so we battered Cardiff 4-1, and it was a very good performance. Considering the first half was only 1-0, it should have been at least 3 or 4. We had chances. We hit the post. I think Lallana had the header cleared off the line right at the end of the first half, and that would have killed the game then and then. That goal would have killed it, and it would have been over. We could have gone on to get 5 or 6 in the second half, but it was a bit of a struggle until we got the second goal through Mane. What a finish! The way he just swung his foot at the ball and it just smashed into the back of the net. It was lightning. I didn't even realise it had gone in. I thought he'd spooned it over the bar or something, and then all of a sudden we just see the net bulging, and it's 2-0 in the flash of an eye, and. Yeah, they're looking like they're getting back to their best again. Mane, Salah. I think Firmino's performance wasn't exactly great, but he does other things during the game. He holds on to the ball. He passes it to his teammates. He makes runs into dangerous areas. He's a very talented player. He's a very intelligent player, Firmino, and we need him. We need him to play up front, I feel, for Liverpool, because when you've got speed merchants with the likes of Mane and Salah, who help him out, and the fullbacks in Trent and Robertson. This time it was a case of Moreno, but I'm always one of the first people to criticise Alberto Moreno, but I can't really say anything bad against him this time. Some people were saying that we conceded the goal because of him, but yeah, I don't think he's that bad. He didn't play that badly, really. If you look at the whole game in total, he wasn't that bad through the 90 minutes. And even Lallana. Now, Lallana is a very skillful player, a very confident player, but he's a bit slow. He looks a bit rusty at the moment. But when he gets his pace back, when he gets his match fitness back, he could be a very vital asset for Liverpool in the second half of the season. Even in these games coming up now. But well, maybe Klopp will use him, in the period leading up to Christmas, where we're going to have something like two games a week or 3 games a week. So we're going to need all the players. We're going to need the whole squad to take part and to contribute to the team, to contribute to scoring goals and making assists and everything really. So yeah, it's looking very good, Liverpool fans. I wanted to make this review video of the Cardiff game and also to preview the Arsenal game as well, just before, which is going to be played on Saturday, the 3rd of November at the Emirates. And it's looking good, as I said before. I mean, Liverpool have done the hard work at the beginning of the season, and now we're starting to reap the rewards, basically. We're at the top of the league, and Man City have to go to Tottenham tonight at Wembley, which has already been damaged because of the NFL game that took place there yesterday. So it's going to be in a bit of a state, the pitch, and hopefully that will stop Manchester City and Tottenham. If Tottenham can actually turn up and perform against City, and hopefully get a point, or even better, if they can beat them, then what a result for Liverpool going into next week. I mean, we could really open up a gap now with City. Imagine if they lose tonight and we beat Arsenal next Saturday. That will set us up very nicely. I mean, we'll be 5 points ahead of them already, City, and yeah, it's all panning out brilliantly for Liverpool. We just have to make sure that we beat the teams that we should be beating, and that's exactly what we're doing this year. We are beating those teams. We are putting them to the sword. The likes of Cardiff, the likes of Brighton, West Ham, and this and that. So we're starting to get good results against these teams now. And in previous seasons, we would have struggled against mid-table teams or teams lower down in the league. And the consistency is there now for Liverpool. The squad is much stronger. It's much more effective in games, and we know how to hold on to leads now. We know how to defend as a team, as a unit. And of course, when you have a good goalkeeper, a quality goalkeeper in goal, you're always confident of getting the 3 points, as opposed to past seasons where we were always on tenterhooks going into the final 5 or 10 minutes because we always felt that there was a mistake in the defence, and every ball that would be pumped into Liverpool's area, you just had that feeling that Mignolet or whoever's in goal, Karius, would make a mistake and just we'd concede the goal and we'd end up drawing the game or throwing the game away. So yeah, now it's looking very good, Liverpool. It really is. And if we can just buy another midfielder in the January transfer window, a creative attacking midfielder to help out the midfield, how do you say, the running of the midfield, basically, the engine of the midfield. I think Fabinho can do that job. He's proved it in the games he's played. And even Keita, when he comes back from injury and he's fully recovered, he can do that job. But we need a player that can unlock defences. He can play that killer pass from the middle of the centre of the midfield and just, set Mane up or set Salah up and we can get another goal, So yeah, it's all looking very, very, very good for the rest of the season. Of course, we're not playing in the Carabao Cup, but that could be a blessing in disguise for Liverpool because we'll have less games, and we'll stay fresher for the league games, which should now be our priority. I want to do well in the Champions League. I want to do well in the FA Cup, but the Premier League, is the major honour that we should be looking to win because we can do it this season. If we're at the top now, we've deserved to get there. We've been there before, so this season, and we're at the top now, 3 points ahead of City until they play tonight. But we've deserved to be there. In all the games we've played, we haven't played at our highest level, our best level, but that's even better because that means that if Liverpool turn up properly, if they perform like they have in the last 2 games, then there's no team that can stop Liverpool in this league. I'm telling you. Even City, some people on the YouTube and in the media and writing articles, and even Warnock, the Cardiff manager, saying that he feels that City have too much for Liverpool. He feels that City are a better team than Liverpool. It's all bollocks. I mean, if that was the case, Mr. Warnock, then they would have beaten Liverpool, wouldn't they, at Anfield? And they didn't exactly turn up. They were scared of Liverpool at Anfield, and they got that penalty towards the end of the game. But they didn't. They didn't deserve to win the game. Liverpool, we were level with them, or even better than them in certain portions of the game, and we didn't exactly have our shooting boots on, because if Salah had scored that goal, he had a chance where he was played through, I think, by, I can't remember who it was who played him through in midfield. If he had taken that goal, and just lobbed Ederson or put it underneath him, it would have been 1-0 before City even got the penalty, and we would have gone on to win that game. So we had chances in that game. We didn't play brilliantly, but we still had chances to score. And so I mean, it's just like a media conspiracy, really, to try and psychologically they're trying to affect Liverpool. They're trying to put pressure on Liverpool so that we crack, but they don't realise that this time Liverpool will not crack. This squad is capable to handle the pressure. This squad is capable to take it on and to win games in a row now. 5 or 6 games in a row, and to stay at the top of the league. As soon as we play Arsenal and we get that game out of the way, then the other games we should be winning again. We should be putting a long run together now until we play Man United in December. And even Man United, they're nothing special. They're a weak team this year. They're in mid-table. Man United, they're in 8th position, and they're 9 points behind Liverpool at this stage of the season. So last year they were second, and we were something like 6th or 7th at this stage of the season. So a lot of things have changed in 1 year, and Liverpool just look like the ultimate team now, the genuine title contender to win it this season, along with City. I'm not writing City off. Of course, you can never write City off with the quality that they have, the squad that they have. But Liverpool will not have a better chance than this. The last time we had this chance was in the 13-14 season, where we ended up finishing second. So we have to now go on and win it. This is going to be our best chance in a long while, because next season all the big teams will add players again. We'll start to get stronger, and they'll push for the title. Even this year, look, we're going for the title, and all the bloody teams below us are winning. It's ridiculous. When City get to the top of the league, they don't have any challengers. But when Liverpool are there, we always end up with other teams, following us, until the end of the season. And this is what is happening this season as well. So it's just typical. I mean, we don't get the luck we deserve, because City were very fortunate last year, and they got into an early lead. They got into an early lead in the league, and they took it on from there and ended up winning it. And no one could catch up with them. The other teams were losing points left, right and centre, the other top teams in the league, and they opened up a massive gap even before Christmas, and everyone knew that they were going to win it, the title. But, with Liverpool, we always have to get the bad luck against us, don't we? But anyway, it's not bad luck. It's just, this is a competition. This is a league. So you have to prove that you're the best team. And to prove you're the best team, you have to go out and win the games. So there's no excuses. We've done the hard work until now. So what we have to do from now on is just keep on winning, keep on plugging away, keep on grinding out the results. We don't have to play brilliantly. As a Liverpool fan, I'm not expecting Liverpool to play brilliantly every week. Some of our fan base are just deluded. Again, Liverpool's fan base, some of our fans. You can't be playing the top football every week, You need to wake up, some of our fans. This is not possible. Even if you're the best team in the world, you can't do it every week. You can't. It's just not. It's not viable. It's not possible to produce brilliant football every week. You're going to have fatigue. You're going to have lack of form. You're going to have players injured or suspended. So this is a long marathon of games. 38 games in a season. You can't be expecting Liverpool to perform brilliantly every week. And we should just be thankful that we're winning the games. We have won the games. And we've deserved to win the games, despite not playing brilliantly in some of the games. And that's a very good sign for me, because I've been following Liverpool since the late 80s, and we used to, at the beginning of the 90s, going into the 2000s, we used to throw games away. We should have won a lot of games, and we ended up dropping points because when we didn't play well on the day, the other teams would inevitably find a way to score against us, to create chances and to score, and they would take a point from us, or they would beat us. But now, the Liverpool that I'm watching this season, the 18-19 season, is a different Liverpool. It's a much more organised Liverpool, a much more efficient Liverpool. And it's a Liverpool that can score goals from anywhere, you know, the likes of Shaqiri, who scored against Cardiff on Saturday. And other players, you know, you can bring in Sturridge, he can score. You can bring in Fabinho, you can bring in Keita when he's fit. These are all adding strength to Liverpool's team. You can bring in Lallana. Some of the fans, they may not like Lallana, they may slate him, but Lallana is a quality player. If he's up to scratch, if he's fit again, he will add goals to Liverpool. He will help us to win games, as he did in the 16-17 season. He was on fire in that season, you know, the first half of the season, until, you know, I reckon until December, the end of December. He was one of our main players. He set up a lot of goals. He scored a lot of goals as well, so along with Mane and Firmino. So you should just be supporting the team, Liverpool fans. We're all in it together. We're all in the same boat. This is the Liverpool boat. We should all be together. We should all be united and want Liverpool to win. Doesn't matter who plays. If they perform on the pitch, it really doesn't matter. You know, it's not a case of every week we have to have Salah or we have to have Mane playing. You know, this is not the right attitude to have. Football is a squad game. It's a marathon of 38 matches in a season. All the time, you know, the same players are not going to perform all the time. You know, you're gonna have different players contributing to the wins, and that's what we can do now as Liverpool. We can call upon our bench, which is much stronger. It's much more, how do you say? There's a variety of different players, different skill sets that we can bring onto the pitch, and we can get the results. So it's all good. You know, Jurgen Klopp has finally, since he's come to the club, he's built up a great squad. He's getting rid of the deadwoods, you know, the players that we don't need anymore, who he thinks, and as Liverpool fans, we don't think they're good enough. So those players can be on their way now. They can leave, basically. Apart from Origi, you know, I really feel that Divock Origi can contribute to the team. He should stay. I really feel that he should stay, because if anything happens to Sturridge, God forbid, or Shaqiri, then we have nobody. We have nobody that can change the game again. We don't want to be relying on, you know, Solanke or, you know, some other striker or midfielder from the young players. So we need to have an experienced player there. Origi is young, but he's experienced. He's played for the Belgium national team. He's played for Liverpool before. I think he's a good player. There is a good player in him. He just needs to have the confidence. He needs to believe in his ability to go onto the pitch and do something. You know, he might not be a prolific goal scorer, but he is a very good player. He's a fast player. He's a very skillful player, and he can make runs on the wing and get crosses into the area, cause havoc in the opposition defences. He did it in the 15-16 season at the end, and he also did it in the 16-17 season, Origi. So I don't know why some of our fan base don't rate him. He is a good player, I feel. He's much better than Solanke. You know, hands down, he's better than Solanke. Much better as a player. You know, an accomplished player. Solanke will get there, but he's young. He's too young. He needs to be playing. He needs to go out on loan, I feel, or he needs to be playing in some of the cup competitions to start getting, you know, ready for the Liverpool first team in the following seasons. You know, and yeah, so we go on to the Emirates on Saturday, Liverpool fans. It's all looking very good. We should go there with the belief and the attitude to win the game. We don't want to draw. We want to win it. If we win against Arsenal, I'm telling you, this is Liverpool's title. We're going to win this title because we've played all the big teams now. We've only got Man United, if you can call them a big team. They're not exactly a big team this season, are they, Man United? And apart from them, you know, we've played all the others. We've played City, we've played Chelsea, we've played Tottenham and Arsenal. So the rest of the teams we should be beating. As I said before, we're much better than them quality-wise, and we should be picking up a lot of points from these teams to add to the already gathered points that we have at the moment. So yeah, that's about it, Liverpool fans. Nothing really else to talk about, apart from hopefully Keita comes back soon and he's part of the squad again. And I'm really impressed with Fabinho. You know, I told everyone on my videos, my previous videos, this man is a great player. He is a quality player, and they were saying that he's not adapted to the league. He hasn't got the pace and this and that. What are you talking about, man? Do you not see his tackling? Do you not see his passing into the front players? Do you not see the way that he can carry the ball and set chances up? He is a much better player than Henderson. Henderson does not deserve to be in the Liverpool team anymore, man. You know, we need to get over this he's our captain rubbish. Captain could be anybody. It could be Milner, could be Van Dijk. Captain should be somebody that leads the team. Henderson doesn't do that for me. I've said it so many times in my previous videos. For most Liverpool fans, not just for me as Ahmet Gosa, this goes for a lot of Liverpool fans in England, in the world. We don't see Henderson as the captain of this team. All right, Klopp has given him that, you know, that task to be captain, to be leader, but the performances that he has until now, and he had last season, he doesn't deserve to be playing in the team, let alone be the captain. And we need to get away from this sentimental rubbish where we try to hang on to players just because, you know, some people are, you know, criticising him and saying that he's not good enough. We need to listen to the criticism. We need to go back and look at the games and see how he performs, to analyse. You can't just sit there and say he's our captain and we need to support him. Yeah, we do need to support him, but if he plays, if he doesn't play well, then why should we support him? He doesn't deserve to be in the team, man. There's better players in our squad. You know, you've got Shaqiri, you've got Milner, you've got Fabinho, even Lallana. Lallana adds more to the game than Henderson does. Lallana, you know, he has skill. He has forward thinking. He can get the ball to the front players. If he just gets his pace up a bit, his fitness, he will be much more of an asset to Liverpool than Henderson will ever be, because Henderson, he doesn't contribute anything to the game anymore. He doesn't do anything. He just plays it simple, sideways and backwards. So at the end of the day, he just slows us down. He doesn't help us to attack teams, to, you know, cut teams open. And if you don't do that in the midfield, then there's no point in you playing, really. There's no point in you being in the team. You know, midfield is all about creativity. It's all about vision. It's all about stability to help the defence. And of these, you know, attributes, he doesn't possess any of them, Henderson, if you ask me. It's not about passion or energy. Passion and energy can only get you so far. You need to have the know-how. You need to have the quality. You need to have the intellect to play in midfield. It's not just about being energetic, running around like a maniac and just playing sideways passes. You know, this is not the right way to play football. Football is about playing cleverly. Look at the best players in the world. They don't have pace. Look at Modric. Look at other midfielders that you see in teams. You know, they all have quality on the ball. They don't rely on the pace and energy. They see the pass and they play it quickly. Even Mata. Look at Juan Mata at Manchester United. He's in a shit team. You know, Man United are a dying team at the moment. They're a shit team. But Mata is a great example of how you should be playing in midfield. The way he picks up the ball, the way he sees players that other players can't see. He can see a pass. He's lethal on the free kicks. He can set goals up. You know, we need players like this. We don't need bloody Henderson. Come on. Henderson is finished. He's been here for 4 years, 5 or 6 years. We don't need him anymore. Keep him on the bench or play him in FA Cup matches. You know, play him in games that we know we're going to win. Do not play him against the big teams again, Klopp, please. Sometimes with Klopp, I mean, he's a very good manager. He has changed the whole way Liverpool are playing, the philosophy of Liverpool, and he's changed the belief in the club, the atmosphere in the club. But you can't be holding on to players like Henderson, please, Klopp. I mean, you're a top manager. You should be seeing these things on the pitch. I mean, there's links with Kerem Demirbay, the player who plays for Hoffenheim, the Turkish, how do you say, the ethnic Turk who plays in Germany for Hoffenheim. He's a very good player. He can help Liverpool. He can make us better as a midfielder. You know, or even Zielinski, the Polish player who plays for Napoli. These are much better players than Henderson, and they're going to go on to be better players in the future to become even better, along with the likes of Keita, Fabinho. You know, Milner and Shaqiri. Milner may not be here for very long. He's a very good player. He's a very passionate player. But he's getting on now. He's going to be 33. So at the most, he's only going to be here for another year at Liverpool. And if they don't extend his contract, then by summer, he could be gone. By the summer of 2019, that could be the end of Milner. We say thank you to him. He's been a very good servant for Liverpool over the last 3 or 4 years. But Henderson is just, he's not the same player that he used to be in the 13-14 season. And I don't see what merits him being in the team. Because he plays for England, it doesn't matter. He gets into the English national team, that doesn't matter. That's an international team. Liverpool play a completely different style of football to England. And he doesn't fit into our system. He doesn't fit into our philosophy of football. So for me, he needs to go. He needs to be left out of the team, even when he comes back from injury. So yeah, that's about it, Liverpool fans. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Make your comments in the comment section below. It'd be very much appreciated, you know, from fellow Reds, fellow Liverpool fans. And we march on to the Emirates on Saturday, and I'm expecting another win, because Arsenal's defence against Palace looked very shaky. You know, they looked like they could concede a few times against Palace on that day, and yeah, sorry about that. They look like they could concede on a few occasions, and this is Crystal Palace, a team that is near the relegation zone. So imagine what Liverpool can do to them. We did it to them last season, but we weren't able to fucking hold on to win the game. Excuse my language. Our bloody defence. And Mignolet at his bloody antics again, and he conceded that goal, the second goal, and they got right back into the game, and then they took the lead in a 5-minute spell. They were 2-0 down. It was looking as though we were going to beat them 3 or 4-0, and then somehow they managed to get it back to 3-2, and they took the lead unbelievably. And we were fortunate, we got it back to 3-3 somehow, and we still had about 19-20 minutes to go. But because of the goals we conceded, we seem to be scared to try and attack them and get another goal, fearing that we may end up losing the game, you know, conceding another and losing the game. But this time Liverpool look much stronger this season. No, it's been virtually a year. I think we played them in December 2017. So this time we have to make sure that we go there, we get the first goal, and then if we can get a second, go for the second. If not, defend properly, defend strongly. Don't give them any chances, because their front line is very lethal this season, Arsenal. You know, players like Aubameyang, Ozil, you know, even Iwobi. These players can cause trouble to any teams. Lacazette, but Lacazette's he's not really playing that well, I don't think. Aubameyang is a much better striker, in my opinion, than the Lacazette. So we need to look out for him, and we need to make sure that we mark him properly. The likes of Van Dijk and you know, if it's Gomez, then Gomez should be taking care of business. He's played brilliantly this season, Joe Gomez, as a defender, and he's really kept teams out a lot, along with Van Dijk. And of course, Robertson needs to come back into the team. I don't want to see Alberto Moreno in the team, Klopp. Please, don't do this. You know, don't make a silly mistake and put Moreno there, because Arsenal will punish us if we have Moreno in the defensive lines as a left back. Then we will get punished, I'm telling you. So make sure that you play Robertson and probably Trent Alexander-Arnold, because Klein hasn't featured at all this season. For me, Klein is a better defender. He's also a fast player. So, but his contribution going forward is not as good as Alexander-Arnold. You know, he's passing, he's crossing, and so it's a toss-up between those two. But I feel that Klopp will go for Trent Alexander-Arnold again. And of course, Robertson will come back into the left-back position. And you'll have a centre-back pairing of Van Dijk and Gomez, most probably. And the midfield should be Fabinho, probably Wijnaldum. And it's going to be either Milner or Lallana, or Shaqiri even. But Shaqiri plays a bit more forward from the midfielders. So he plays behind the strikers, or he can play as a winger. And just play Mane, Salah and Firmino again, as usual. and we should be going there to win the game. We have better tools than Arsenal. We are a better team this season. We have been for the past 2 or 3 years, and you can see in the head-to-head results with Arsenal, we're better than them. We've played much better than Arsenal overall, and we've beaten them. You know, they haven't beaten us since, I think, since the 14-15 season. They haven't won a game against Liverpool, home or away. So we should be beating them again. And if we can do that, then I'm telling you, this is going to be Liverpool's year in the league. We're going to win it. So we have to have that belief now. We have to have that confidence to take it onto the Emirates and win there. And then the rest of the games should take care of themselves against the mid-table and lower teams in the league. We should be wiping them away. With the confidence we'll gain from beating Arsenal, it's going to be even better for Liverpool going into the next months of the season. We should be doing very, very well and staying at the top. Now, City, of course, even if they lose tonight against Tottenham, they're still going to apply the pressure. So there's no let up. You know, we can't rest on our laurels. Basically, City will be there until the end. We have to be aware of that. City are experienced champions. You know, they won it last season, so they're not going to give up until the end. They're going to be there or thereabouts. We need to make sure that we keep the gap going and just keep winning our games. And no matter what they do, they can't catch us. So until we meet them, of course, in I think just after the new year, we play them at the Etihad. So that's going to be a major game, a massive game for the fate of the season. You know, to see where the title's going to end up, and hopefully it ends up at Anfield. We pray it does, and this 28-year hoodoo on Liverpool goes away. It's put to bed, and we can start winning more trophies. If we win it once, as I've said in my previous videos, if we win it once, we're going to go on to win it more times. It could be a very successful period of Liverpool Football Club. We could go on winning a lot of league titles in the next years, the coming years, or even winning the Champions League again. But, you know, for me, a man who has supported Liverpool for 30 years, 31 years, I want to see Liverpool win the league title again. The last time I saw it, I was like 9 years old in 1990, the 89-90 season. I was 9 years old the last time that Alan Hansen, you know, lifted the trophy and we won the league title at Anfield. So I want to see that again. I want to see Liverpool winning that title again, lifting it. And yeah. What else can we say, Liverpool fans? That's about the end of the video. Thank you for watching the video, and as I said before, like and subscribe. Make your comments in the comment section below. Feel free. And we go on to the Emirates. Hopefully another 3 points, Liverpool fans. And we're laughing. We're laughing until May, hopefully. And we're picking up that Premier League title. So see you later on, Liverpool fans. Take care of yourselves. And we have a full week now to prepare for the Arsenal game, and we should use it properly. You know, use it properly. They're going to be tired. They've lost points. They're going to be hurt by that, and against Palace, and they have another cup game to get over as well. So they could be a bit tired by the time they meet Liverpool, and we need to take advantage of it. It's looking like everything's going the way we want it to go. So long may it continue, Liverpool fans. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll make another one after the Arsenal game probably, and we'll talk again to analyse the game. See you later on.